And welcome back to the Crypto Hawk program. Oh, yeah, it's not even 7 o'clock a.m. yet. It's a Sunday morning. Everybody else in their normal state of mind is asleep. Not me. I'm up at 5:30 every day. I like consistency, actually. Sometimes I'll get up and do a show. Once a week, I'll get up and do a show or something, or maybe I'll sleep in for an hour or something like that. But I just like going to sleep at about the same time and getting up early. I don't know. That's just it's what I do. Now it's Sunday, and sometimes we have a little chat, before the show. So if you're not interested, that's fine. Come back in about 5 minutes or so, 7 minutes. But we have to get grounded. We have to get mentally correct. And I was talking to somebody yesterday, and, they were like, I just get, they get emotional. People, I've been in crypto 5.5 years. Some people have been at 6.5, 7.5, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I'm not here to have a pissing contest. I don't care. Some of you guys have been here since November of last year, like 3 months. The person's like, I wish XRP would just hit $5 or something. Or you see, look, stop getting emotionally involved. This is what it is. It may be something, it may be nothing. See, I'm mentally ready to where, look, life is full of struggle until you're 6 feet under. That's how it works. And then if you're like me, you go off to be with Jesus and God. And then if you're like some other people, you be reincarnated into a horse shit or reincarnated into a grasshopper, My Pretty Pony or some shit. And then some people just don't believe in shit when they die. So they just go into the cosmoverse and they're not there. I don't know, whatever it is. That's not the kind of life that I'm trying to live. But when you're on this planet, you're struggling. And what I try to do is turn lemons into lemonade. So when crypto for the past 2025 was going up and down, I'm like, fuck it, everybody. Let's take advantage of this. So we started buying and pumping and dumping and stuff. Had a great time the whole fucking year. It was great. Loved it. Made some cash. Made a few G's. Took Mrs. Hulk to Las Vegas. Blew it all. Didn't care. Sometimes you got to, I don't know how long this crypto is going to be around. Maybe all this goes bad and ends up nothing. See, that's my mentality. I'm not going to hope. I'm not going to be happy one day. The person's like, it's hard to watch crypto and then be happy. No, it's not. If your mind's correct, like, look, mentally, I'd never have invested more than I could afford to lose. Some of you guys dumping way too much money. I got people got millions in crypto and no gold and silver. I'm like, not good. That's the biggest fuck up. Now it's pucker time. Cable guy. We'll be talking like today, maybe cable guy or so. What I have now is a 3-month, $500 membership. People love it. They got these people that are not even stressed anymore because once I talk to them, they start to think differently. There's stuff we can talk about on the phone that I just don't do on the channel because I only got so much time and I can't turn it into like a therapy session. But we're kind of discussing little things now. And when I talk to you on the phone, we get into stuff that's not talked about on this show, and that's for show. But yeah, this guy called me and stuff, and he was like, he either gets overly nervous or it's emotional or crypto's draining. And I'm like, no, it's not for me. So yeah, I had to show people how I think. My mindset's different. Like if everything goes to zero in crypto forever and it was just a big joke and then I'm fine with that. I don't take a position either way. It's just a thing. If it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, great. I don't care. My happiness is not determined on the size of my portfolio. When you're rich, which I expect we all will be, we're not here for my funny jokes and entertainment. when we're rich, although I have had people join the channel, pay $10 a month so they can watch me yell and scream and make fun of political people. They like the antics or something. I don't know. And then they learn shit along the way, of course. But I want you to not get emotional in this crypto. It's just the thing. Only put in what you can afford to lose. When that day comes and crypto's a bust, so let's say we can't keep any of it or whatever, then damn. But you know what? I tried my best. See, that's the thing. Some of you have a life where you're only going to go out on that limb if you could see it all and everything's lined up, and then that's not a risk. Anybody can do that. By then, crypto's over. What you have to do is make a decision. I'm going to go all the way, and I don't have to see every single step. I have a flashlight, and it only shines about 3 feet in front of me, so I'm going to go step by step by step. Right now, that's how it is. I don't care if I don't see, but some of you are like, oh, I don't, it's just so much uncertainty. Then you're not cut out to be rich. I'll run and then jump right off that crypto cliff, and I'm going to grow wings on the way down. And some people are like, well, I don't know if my wings are big enough. I don't know, taxes. I'm just so fucking scared of everything. You'll never achieve greatness. Because inside of your brain, you don't even believe in yourself. You don't believe in your dream. Oh, yeah, I want to be rich and crypto Hulk. The minute something bad happens, you'll never be a champion. Do you think Mike Tyson became world champion like, what, 19 or something by being a fucking bitch? Oh, no. I think Muhammad Ali became the greatest of all time by saying, well, I don't know if I can beat this guy. He looks pretty tough. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't see the path. I need someone to hold my hand every single fucking step of the way. If you don't believe where you're going to greatness, you'll never get there. You've already told the universe, I won't get there. So then you don't get there. Your situation stays the same. Everything's fucked up. Never will change because you don't change internally. I think about decisions and then I just fucking do it. I don't have to have everybody do what I do. A lot of times when I do stuff, I'll look left. I see 3 people there. What? And I look right. I see 2 people there. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do this. That's how I do my life. I don't need, see what I figure in my head, the crowd, the 90% of people, they're so fucking stupid. So I don't need to go. I better go with the crowd here. Oh, the crowd's going over here. I'm going over here. I do what the fuck I want to do. That's how I run my life. I don't need to ask this person or that person. Oh, what would they say? This, that. You know what would I say? That's how I do my life. I don't give a fuck if anybody thinks they like what I do or not. If you're not under my roof, fuck you. I don't give a shit. My job is to support the people under my roof. That's it. I don't give a fuck about anything else, okay? But Crypto Hulk, that's not nice. I'm not here to be nice. I'm here to talk truth. That's it. If you want nice, go back to your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Go suck your thumb or something. I don't know what to tell you. But this show is going to show you research. This show is showing you research, and I report it to you. That's what it's about. I'm not giving a fuck about, well, how are you feeling with Crypto Hulk? Dude, let's talk about achieving. Let's talk about being aggressive and making the dream happen instead of giving me 10 fucking reasons why it cannot. Okay. The cold plunge is designed, number one, for a lot of healthful reasons, but it's also to get me mentally strong. That's why I don't, hey, bad shit's going to happen and I'll get right through it like I have for 55 years. Life fucking goes on. You can be mentally strong. You can be handicapped right now and mentally bulletproof and end up rich by watching this program and thinking correctly. So when I talk to you on a phone, I'm helping you understand shit a different way. And you'll notice when you talk to me, your brain will start to shift And then you'll start becoming more successful at many different things. Life coach kind of stuff. So people don't join that 3 month for $500 because they're fucking stupid. The shit works because I have insight on things. It's not just a crypto show. There's more to this show than just crypto. There's a lot of crypto shows, aren't there? Yes. Well, actually, there is crypto. Yeah, a lot of crypto shows. Thousands of them, right? You got to make sure you pick the right ones. There's more than one. My show is for a certain type of individual. Individuals that think about risk, weigh the cost. How much will this cost me? And if you're willing to take a chance, let's do it. Okay. Let's say we can't see the pathway. We know where it ends up. Let's just fucking go. The Crypto Hulk, there's a big forest ahead. What kind of road path are you going to take? We know where it ends up. So we're just going to start this journey. We're going to keep going. There's going to be some lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. And we're going to beat the fuck out of them and keep going. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to face some very serious shit. And we're going to keep going. Maybe we have to run and retreat back a little bit, climb up a tree, pull out the submachine guns, and start spraying and praying. I don't know. But I will end up at the end of my journey. I will do my absolute best. And if for some reason we don't make it, we've tried our absolute best, haven't we? We've done every single fucking thing we could. We've brainstormed. We've called a landline. We've got help from different people. And if the end we don't make it, then we don't make it. But the thing is, you never give up until you're 6 feet under. So if in the end I don't make it, then I've given my absolute best. And I'm like, I'm not dejected. I've done my best. I can't do any more. But that's how my mindset is. It's like we got this uncertain world of crypto and all the secret shit and the private ledgers and all this hush hush. I've uncovered more secret dumb shit than any other channel. Okay. I know the government is all up in this with all these secret fucking games, and they got special quiet partner relationships with these crypto companies. They're all doing the work of 3-letter agencies. We've seen all this evidence. Defense contractors. I can't even start talking about a bunch of shit now because it's going to start censoring and glitching and all, but it's all tied into all this stuff. I know it. You know it. It's why you watch the program. I'm going to post something on my... I listen to Bob Proctor a lot. I'm going to put this on my channel. The Power of Thinking, Bob Proctor. Yeah, I'll listen to his video probably every day. Like I'll get up, and then when I get downstairs, I'll turn it on, cook breakfast, eat breakfast. It takes about 20, 25 minutes or so for all that or whatever. If I brush my teeth some, and then it's usually about once a day or sometimes twice. Yeah, right after a cold plunge, I'll need about 10 minutes or something. I'll sit down and have a little protein bar and listen. But you have to believe. What I'm seeing a lot is when people are $500 members, will start off and a lot of them will be just very anxious. And then once I talk with you and help change how you look at things, then your life starts changing. It does. Not just crypto, everything. So that is your fireside chat for today. It's Sunday. We have to have a little get together here. Let me check the comment section. Crypto Bat says, "Hi, Hulk. TJ Smith is here. Grant 18. 1B, 18 grand. Says the best crypto information on YouTube. Thanks. Thanks always, Hulk. Then we got the Force, 95.91. Hulk Team rocks. Of course we do. Rock 22, none. Member for 8 months at the 2024 crypto explosion level. No regrets. Right up, 1970 legend. Thank you very much for the tax-free donation. We love that here. You mean we aren't all here for the Hulk's funny jokes? Some people, I've been told, some people are like, they like the jokes on the channel. It's a comedy show, and I'm like, no, it's me expressing how mad I get. So, but I will say, when I'm really, really fucking pissed, I become a very arrogant, frustrated, and I'll say things deftly, and I know how to push people's buttons. Like if I'm somewhere in public and someone, I'm just, oh God, this, you know, I'll think of just the right thing to say to sound polite, but just piss them off in the most sarcastic way. But I'll sound very polite. I don't know. It just comes off like that, and some people think it's funny. I don't know. Coasty. Bob Proctor videos have been a motivator for me. Awesome words. You have to claim success in your life. Hulk, #1 life coach. Yeah, I used to work for the Office of the Courts, and I was assigned a caseload of people that felonies. They all caught felonies. My job was to help get them back into society, to try to rehabilitate them. I would guide them, but it's themselves that have to rehabilitate themselves. See, another reason why I wouldn't get mad at myself, I mean, I would take great pride in my work. And these people, a lot of times, I would cut their sentences in half. I was good at what I do. What do? I talk to people. I listen. I figure out what they need, and then I make it happen. Now, other people in my position will be like, you're going to do this, and you're going to do that. No. I'm going to be like, what do you think your problems are? Why did you pull that gun out? Why did you beat the fuck out of that person? These kinds of things. What did that give you? How did that make you feel? I'm trying to figure out this person so I can figure out how to help them get to where they need to go. So I'm very much a communicator, and I need to see change. We're not just going to talk dumb shit. If you're going to fucking take my time up, we're going to see changes in the positive, and you're going to get released in 50% the time. I'm not here to waste my fucking time. I'm trying to look like a fucking champ at the Office of the Courts where I work. I need to be known as the rehabilitator. You need to do your fucking job and work with me and get this shit done as fast as we can. That's how I do shit, just like that. We're going to talk. You're going to take my fucking time, and you're going to end up walking out of here a rock star in half the time. And then the judge is going to have Crypto Hulk come in and say, damn, you're pretty good at what you do. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just not trying to be this average employee here. I'm trying to be the best. Okay, so that's where I come from. That's why this channel is the way that it is. And that because I've worked with the people that I have to work with. And, you know, everybody's got problems, and I understand that. And we are going to work together, and you will achieve greatness because you're going to do it. That's just how it is. And when you're off parole, probation, whatever, then I guess do whatever the fuck you want. But while you're with me, you will do everything exactly how it should be, or I will send you to a higher level of security, which means four walls, a roof, and a steel door. So that's your other option. We can go that route too. And that's generally how I worked. But people wanted to take the more team player approach with me because they saw where it would go. If we're not going to play as a team, you're going to be living in a world of fucked up through the court system, and that's how it goes. So I generally had people that would like working with me a lot because there's really no other alternative. All right. And I mean, I think people honestly would know I want the best for them. And I will give my absolute 100% best so you can achieve a normal life. Not when we're in and out of jail every few years and shit, and broken families and kids that have no parents. That's fucked up. So my goal is to try to get you as much as we can to live like a regular good person. All right. Now, our Sunday morning fireside chat is over. Let's go with this article. Where's that? There's some good stuff in articles going on. Oh, my God. Ripple and the XLS 85 shit. Man, we got to go over that. Okay. Hold on a minute. Let's go over this article here. This is the headline article of the show. I want you to see this is so massive. Okay, you're not rich tomorrow. You won't be rich in 3 months off this. So those people can go. There won't be a $1,000 price prediction for March 1st. Okay, I'm going to give a price prediction. I need to have a special hat. I need to have a special hat that I put on and then give price predictions so I look kind of mysterious or like I kind of know stuff. I need to figure out what hat can I wear so I can put it on and be like all the other people on social media and give price predictions for crypto. Maybe I could have a little smoker or a fogger where some fog kind of comes up and I make it get all dramatic. I can give you a price prediction. Oh, God, how sad. All right, here's your article. Take a look here. All right. This is massive. The Daily. The White House stablecoin meeting ends in an impasse. So they're locking up horns. The banks don't want us to. The banks want to make interest, not us. Now, BlackRock. Here's the big story. Since crypto started, BlackRock taps Uniswap for direct on-chain BUIDL trading and more. Why is this not the number one story? Is because YouTubers and social media people, they don't know what's going on. This should be the biggest story for like 2 to 3 days in a row. Look at this one right here. United States, crypto and banking executives met at the White House for a second door closed session on stablecoin yield, but left without resolving a dispute. There's a big battle going on right now with the banks and us. Why is it taking so long to get rich, Crypto Hulk? Because the banks are trying to shut it down because they don't want us getting rich. If you have a chance to keep your money in the bank and earn basically nothing. I have a $500 customer who told me that his wife's parents have like $500,000 in cash sitting in the bank in 2 separate accounts because it's allegedly FDIC insured. They got $500,000 just sitting in there doing nothing except losing value year after year after year. That $500,000 was probably a lot of money 10 years ago or something, but right now, after 3% a year inflation, that's 30. They just lost 30%. They lost like $175,000 of that. They don't get it. They bought some silver, or they watched. I think they did buy some silver, like 1 tube of silver 4 years ago at $20 or something, and now it's $80. And guess what? They still don't get it. They're like, well, yeah, that sure went up. And like, keep going. Let's think about your $500,000 in the bank. Keep going. Yeah, the silver, that was just a really good investment we made. And keep going. But they don't connect. They don't connect. What I started doing 4 years ago is not putting money in the bank. It was in gold and silver. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk, fucking brilliant. I already saw this. That's why I'm Crypto Hulk. I need a special Crypto Hulk hat that I wear. It helps remind me I'm Crypto Hulk. But I started noticing about 4 years ago when I started buying silver and gold slowly, this whole banking, I'm not putting no money in the bank. What is it going to do? I'm not going to make money on it. If I knew if I put money in gold and silver, this shit's going to go up. I knew in 2020, gold would hit 10 to 12,000 an ounce. I just knew it. Something inside me was just telling me, and I'd look around at the financial situation. Now let's look right here. BlackRock is enabling direct on. Here we go. This is so big. Okay, why is this so big with BlackRock? Because now the biggest financial company in the world started DeFi for institutions. Now, this is so massive right here. They had BUIDL, and that's all good. What is BUIDL? It's a test. It's baby steps, everybody. Goo goo gaga. BUIDL is the tokenization of treasuries. Now, what's BlackRock doing with Uniswap? DeFi. You take those treasuries and now make loans on them. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk. The biggest, but no other channel is discussing this because this is boring news. See, this is what we do on this channel. We look at the structure of all of what's going to occur. I don't know when it's going to occur. I don't have my fortune teller hat. I don't have the hat on, so I can't tell you the fortune teller price prediction. Dumb shit, okay? What we have here is BlackRock with BUIDL, and they tokenize. And if you got $5 million, you got to be an accredited investor for BUIDL. If you have $5 million, they'll let you get in on it. That's not right. That's why I make Crypto Hulk channel. Because it's like, that shit, that pisses me off. But let's go back to the article. BlackRock did baby steps. They tokenized real world securities, okay, the United States. And they put them in a fund. And if you got $5 million, you can buy $5 million at a time. Then what they did is took it further. DeFi. Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially in DeFi right now. This is the end game. DeFi and Web3. We were working for this day for 5 years. Whatever in the past, you don't get rich off that. You get rich when we have Web3 and DeFi. That's what this is. Then you integrate AI into it to make it all run. We are still getting it all set up. DeFi is the last stage. We are at the beginning of the end stage, okay? You're not rich tomorrow. You're not rich next week. Understand where we're at right now. The biggest investment company in the world just gave the green light to DeFi for institutions, for all the, look, ain't nothing going to happen until first mover advantage happens. Who's the king of the hill? BlackRock. The government will not let anybody do shit unless BlackRock's in it first, okay? You're not going to have some little fucking scrawny bank doing some shit like this. No, BlackRock's going to go first. And everybody's going to wait like little bitches and be like, is it okay yet, Congressman? I'm scared. Oh, God. BlackRock is enabling, let's say this, BlackRock has enabled on-chain trading of its $2.4 billion tokenized treasury fund BUIDL via Uniswap. See, before, you could just buy into that fund. Now, guess what you can do? Use it and trade it This wasn't happening. This is now DeFi, everybody. Like what you and me want to do, how you and me are going to get rich, we're going to be at the end. Remember this story I've always told you, the little alliteration is that there's a table and we're little kids and we're sitting on the floor in the next room and we're watching all the adults sitting at the table. We're kind of looking up, watching them eat dinner. We get to eat after the adults. Maybe they throw a little scrap on the floor or something falls and one of you little fuckers will crawl over there as a little baby and go eat the scrap and crawl back across the floor to where you were sitting. That's what's happening. I've always told you that alliteration. We're the little kids sitting on the floor and they're eating dinner. And sometimes when you eat, maybe if you're a little too hasty or not paying attention, because they're there drinking and eating, and maybe something falls on the floor and one of us gets a little greedy, like me. And I look left and I look right. No one sees that scrap. And I run over and I get fucking $8,000 worth of XRP and shit, you know. That's where while we're at, it goes up a little and it goes down and it goes up a little, but we're not eating at the table. BlackRock is enabling direct on-chain trading. Oh my God. Of its $2.4 billion tokenized treasury. It's called BIDL. Now they're using Uniswap X in collaboration with Securitize and Uniswap Labs. This is the very first time institutions are involved with DeFi. It starts with the biggest of the big. Ain't nobody going to move in first. Besides, if BlackRock won't do, because if BlackRock's not into it, remember, they've been doing all this shit for years, getting all ready, telling you, oh, crypto's bad. They were getting all this shit ready, lying to your ass. But if you're watching Crypto Hulk Show, we already know. Now, let me go to my deep dive and find out why this is a big deal. Overview. Let me check the comments here real quick. OUSG is steadily climbing. Ondo, from this, Ondo is going to just skyrocket. Not today, tomorrow, but this is all in that Ondo Axelar world. Oh, yes. I got Axelar, not Ondo. And okay, now remember, we're just starting with this. We're just starting. There's going to be a lot of, look, all good cryptos work together, okay? They all work together. All good crypto, there's a certain need. Some cryptos do different things. So some cryptos will be involved in this, others will not. There'll be a new project. Franklin Templeton might do something else. Goldman Sachs might use another. So let's just get it started. So the BlackRock, let's go down here. Let me check something. Okay. What I'm going to do now is explain why is this a big deal, okay? Uniswap is a leading decentralized, so now we're talking decentralized exchange. I want you to see this is very, very telling. Bank of America, that's centralized. All these banks and all this stuff is centralized, but what is Uniswap? DeFi. You know, we've got MetaMask wallet, DeFi, Phantom wallet, DeFi, MetaMask, Uniswap is DeFi. That's not central finance. That's the opposite of banking. Uniswap is the opposite of, now, but here's the deal. They're going to have a DeFi platform like we do when we buy and pump and dump shit. But theirs, in my opinion, is going to be a walled up garden of institutional only DeFi. That's the difference. We're not going to probably be allowed to play. We're not going to be able to splash in that pond and have fun. I don't believe. I think they'll have it shut. There'll be a Uniswap wholesale big money swimming pool, and we can't play in that one. Uniswap is a leading decentralized exchange protocol built on Ethereum, enabling permissionless automated token swaps. Launched in 2018, it revolutionized. Uniswap revolutionized DeFi by allowing users to trade ERC20 tokens without intermediaries, without using liquidity pools. See, you and me become the bank. That's DeFi. It's you and me are the ones that bring the supply, not them. Well, what do we see here? We got Uniswap. See, I think what's going to happen is institutional. They might end up taking over all this shit. Phantom, MetaMask, they might all get taken over. You might have an institution come in and buy MetaMask, and then we're all kicked out. Maybe we get to stay in because we're already in. I don't know. I'm just telling you what may possibly happen. Because, look, you and me, we don't bring the money. What do we got? Our little $50 here, 100. That's just nothing. When the institutions come in, they got millions and trillions, and they're going to fucking gamble and trade. They don't give a shit about our little, we got $1,000. Okay, we got $3,000. That doesn't mean shit. Uniswap processes billions in daily volume. It has 34% of the market share. You have Uniswap version 3, concentrated liquidity for efficient capital use. You got Uniswap v4, hooks for customizable pools. You got Uniswap X, a request for quote aggregator launched in 2023, optimizing trades by sourcing quotes from professional market makers. Oh, so that's no longer like you and me providing the liquidity. Uniswap X is where they go to professional market makers, kind of like what Caleb Brown does. Then you have the unit token, and the unit token price went up. Now it's about $4. See, BlackRock came in and bought a lot of the unit token. We don't know how much. It's all secret. But BlackRock, I want you to see this. This is something very interesting. You got BlackRock coming into our playground, the Uniswap playground we've all played in for a lot of years. Now BlackRock says, hey, get out of my way. I'm coming in. Yeah, I'd like to buy 100 million of those tokens, those uni tokens. Everybody else is like, well, shit, I only have like 500. Maybe I only have 100. This guy wants to buy 3 trillion tokens. Holy God. So they basically, hey, everybody get out of here. Quit with your little $100, $500. Get out, kick rocks. That's what I'm seeing happening. Remember, like I told you, at first you'll have 100 exchanges. And then in the end, you'll have 10. Just go back and watch Crypto Hulk from 2020. I was telling you all this shit would go down. And we're seeing it right now. Now, who else is involved? Multi-chain deployment. Now, what bridge? We all know BlackRock uses Ondo. And then we've got Axelar involved with Ondo and Ripple. So now we got 2 cryptos. Guess what? We got a couple more. Layer 0 is the cross-chain bridge that makes this happen. And it hasn't even taken off yet. And guess who else we got? That was 3. And we got Wormhole. I got Wormhole. That's why I'm very positive right now. Because I'm looking at, I got all these. I got these. You know, I got Axelar and I got Wormhole. Like, I'm in a good place. I'm ready. This is institutional. This is where all the money is. I'm looking at this like, and you got, yeah, I'm set up great with this. Now, it's on different chains. Ethereum, Polygon, Arbitrum, Optimism, Base, BNB Chain, Avalanche, and CeeLo. What is BlackRock going to be doing? Oh, just to have token swaps. They have liquidity provided. They got token launches on this platform now. Institutional integration. Oh my God. They've also have, which they never had before, DeFi composability. Integrates with protocols. This is what they're going to do. BlackRock, they're going to have DeFi. So they're going to have yield farming, flash loans, derivatives. That's only worth about $4 quadrillion a year on the DTCC. That's not a big deal. They have governance and revenue, and then you have broader utility, other things that it can do. I'm looking at who started Uniswap. Vitalik Buterin was an advisor, but yet he never was invited to the Commodity Future Trading Commission, Vitalik Buterin. That's why I want to understand why. I'm not saying he's a nobody, but he might have been a somebody for a certain reason. Uniswap integrates into BlackRock. That's so massive. If you just think about that, Uniswap wallet. Some of you guys, I never had it. I got MetaMask and Phantom, but not Uniswap. Uniswap is now partners with BlackRock. Like, what? For DeFi? Like, that's the end of the road. DeFi is the end of the road. Now it's time to just start blowing out DeFi with AI. We're at the end. It's like the end of the road, literally. And this is where everything just starts to go up. Uniswap is now partners with BlackRock. I never thought I'd hear that day come. Securitize is working with Biddle. They're mixed up in this. Robinhood is mixed up in this. Are you seeing this now? This is starting to get real big real quick, isn't it? Robinhood is working with wallet integration into BlackRock. Oh man. I see everybody. It's all coming. All these are going to start working. It's just, this snowball just started to get built. They're using Ethereum as a core. The layer 2s will be Arbitrum, Optimism, and Base. Solana is going to be involved, the BNB chain. Oracles. Chainlink is going to provide the oracles. Aave is going to provide the flash loans. Yearn is going to provide the yield. 1inch is going to provide aggregation. Remember, they just launched this. They're probably working on it right now. You're not rich tomorrow. Just if that was your goal to be rich by tomorrow, this ain't the channel for you. BlackRock integrates Biddle with Uniswap X via Securitize. It enables 24/7 trading. BlackRock buys Uniswap. They won't tell us. Uniswap price surges 20 to 40%. January, let's see. Now, this complies with the SEC rules because what they do is they have a DAO, a DAO structure, decentralized autonomous organization. They're structuring this like a DAO to avoid security issues, okay? So they don't have to call all this a security. That's why where the DeFi kind of comes in. They're making it look like it's not a business providing a project that if you invest in it with the cooperation of their work, the price go. That's a security. This they're structuring like a DAO to avoid security issues. A16Z dumped money into this. There you go right there. That's how you already know this thing is going to be the winner. You got Paradigm in there, Polychain. JP Morgan is working in on this. Aberdeen, Archax, that's a Ripple partner. Archax, Ripple partner right there. Securitize, Aztec, Wormhole layer 1. Okay. Let me read the comments real quick, and I'll get back to that deep dive on this, because this is huge right here. Okay. On February 11th, BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager with over 10 trillion in assets under management, announced a strategic integration to enable direct on-chain trading of its USD BUIDL via Uniswap X in partnership with Tokenized and Uniswap Labs. This marks, here we go, listen to this right here. This marks BlackRock's first formal entry into the DeFi space. There you go, right there. Allowing pre-qualified, whitelisted, this is the bad part, institutional investors, not us, to swap BUIDL shares for USD Circle stable coins. But they won't let us do it for some reason, but they make you buy $5 million worth. That's interesting. That's how you keep poor people out of this. Only they can do it. You make it where it's $5 million. Now all the average people, they're not going to benefit from it. Just the rich people. You'll be able to trade your BUIDL shares for USD Circle. This is how it all starts. Remember, it just started like 3 days ago. Before you know it, you'll be able to trade everything. But right now, it's just USDC. Stablecoins in a 24/7 atomic settlement process. That's going to be either Ripple or XDC, a tokenized money market fund backed by 100% U.S. Treasuries. That's BUIDL. It's worth about $2 billion, that BUIDL fund. And the daily yields are about 4 to 5%. So you figure $5 million daily yields. Okay, so about 5% a year. What's $5 million? If you put $5 million in, 10% is $500,000 a year. So they're making about $250,000 for every $5 million you got in this. You're making $250,000 a year in interest. That's not bad. Not great, but it's not bad. BUIDL is tradable through Uniswap X and intense-based request for quote. Let me go on through here. This enables instant on-chain swaps without traditional intermediaries. That's where they're getting rid of the centralization, everybody. This is DeFi. So all these big whales come in. Now there's a bunch of liquidity. That's where this comes in. So it's not a security. It's more of a DeFi structured, DAO structured organization. It has institutional grade compliance. Everything's KYC, anti-money laundering. BlackRock made a strategic investment in Uniswap's governance token, Uni. They bought a whole bunch, in other words, potentially for ecosystem participation. BlackRock's broader push into tokenization, the integration of BUIDL into Uniswap marks a major leap forward in the interoperability of tokenized USD yield funds with stable coins. So this is a major leap forward in DeFi. BUIDL bridges. So here's what we got. BUIDL It bridges the old finance and the new, puts it all together. They have yield generation, collateral and trading, DeFi, basically where this is where the end game is. Here, that's how you make all the money. Access is gated. Like I said, there's a gate. It limits immediate retail impact like you and me and focuses on large scale investors. So we can't get into this. It's driven by a single large institutional order. Okay, the price went up. So a big institution came in and jacked the price up of this Unicoin. BNY Mellon. Ripple partner BNY Mellon utilizing Fireblocks and Ripple custody. That they're in on this. America's oldest bank. BNY Mellon is the world's largest money and crypto custodian. They got like $57 trillion under protection. Securitized involved Uniswap, Circle, BNY Mellon. Now here's the last part of this deep dive. Why is this all important? Let's go over this through another Grok review. On February 11th, 2026, BlackRock, the world's largest manager, enabled direct on-chain trading. Never happened before. They joined Uniswap X. This right here, according to Grok, is the biggest institutional validation of DeFi so far. BlackRock is putting its brand, compliance, and a real $2 billion fund on this DeFi protocol called Uniswap X. Until now, major Wall Street firms mostly avoided DeFi. This is their clearest move into DeFi so far. What did I tell you, everybody? I told you about the beginning of February. That's why I started having that 3-month, $500 memberships. Something like I'm feeling something. I didn't know bad or good. Look, there's going to be both. This will be equally great and equally bad at the same time because I was kind of getting concerned. I didn't know if that was bad. I was very ambivalent. Like this, I'm getting like a feeling. I started off the beginning of the month, like, or maybe February 5th. I can't remember. But I'm starting off the month like I'm nervous about something, but good and bad at the same time. This is what it is right here. This is what it is. They're getting ready. And I told you, they're probably around March, April, May or something, possibly. We might have a bill on the president's desk. Are you positioned all in the right spot? Do you need some last minute figuring out? Now's about the time to call up good old Crypto Hulk and figure out, hey, man, this thing I think is ready to go. Not to the moon, but this thing is right here. This is so amazing what we got going on. Wall Street firms mostly avoided public DeFi. Now all of a sudden, BlackRock just flipped the whole thing. Institutions can now swap BUIDL. See, before they could just buy into BUIDL. Now they can swap it. That's never been done before. BlackRock just set it off, everybody. Notice the timing. Where I'm saying, actually, Mr. Selig, who runs the CFTC, and Mr. Adkins, who runs the SEC, both of them, when I first came out with this news, I think after I came out with this news, yeah, I told you I'm starting to feel real kind of ambivalent, like something's going on, and I don't know what to feel about it. Then about a few days later, that's when the SEC and the CFTC come out and say Trump should have crypto laws on his desk in about 2 to 3 months. And I said, everybody, it's getting ready. And look what we got right here. BlackRock just set off DeFi. No, nobody else is doing it. BlackRock set it off. Here we go. It's all starting right now. They're going to, look, these giants, they're tired of waiting, just like us. They're trying to make trillions. I'm just trying to make a few million. I mean, you see where we're at? BlackRock's looking at, they're trying to make trillions in profit. People like you and me, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 million, 20. I mean, that's kind of like where we're at, you know? And we got the government, and then it's a big fight. The banks want to control it. Wall Street, BlackRock's just doing it. You see this? They're not waiting. BlackRock's now, I don't wait for shit. If I think I got to do it, I fucking do it. I'm not getting left behind. I'm not going to get caught late. For the first time in my life, I am so much into this crypto. This is all I do every fucking day. I watch news. I look at the articles. I deep dive. I'm using AI to help me get rich. I am not going to get caught behind this one. I missed out on Bitcoin. I missed out on Ethereum. I'm not missing out on this shit. No way, Jose. No es posible, pendejo. Let's go through Crypto Hulk. We don't speak foreign languages on this channel. Shut up. Now, finally, to wrap this up. Good. We got 4 minutes. I asked Grok, what are the future ramifications, short-term, long-term? Grok, what does this mean in the short term and in the long term? Okay. In the short term, Uniswap had the classic, buy the rumor, sell the news. It spiked up 40%. It went to $4.57. Then it went back down to $3.30. Like I said, until this thing is full bore done, your crypto goes up and it goes down. It goes up and it goes down. That's how we made money all through 2025, okay? Now, we're getting ready for this. Once this stuff goes up, it ain't coming down. That's when people get priced out. When I was talking to the $500 person the other day, they're like, I just wish XRP would go to $5. Well, then guess what? Everything goes up and everybody's priced out. Fucking HBAR goes from 9 cents, goes right back up. Instead of 40 cents, where it was, maybe HBAR goes up like 80, 90, $1. Then I told the person I was talking to in the $500 group, then see, right now you're bitching because you want XRP. Can we just hit $5? Well, you can't just stop thinking like that. That's the wrong way to think. Because when one goes up, they all go up. Then you're priced out. Then your stupid ass is complaining, oh, I'm priced out. All that fun. See, it don't matter with you. You got to think, man. Change the way that you think. This little world where you think, oh, I just want this one to go up, and then I could sell it off and then buy that. You're thinking like a fucking 5-year-old in a candy store, okay? Oh, man. I don't have any emotion about any of this whatsoever. If I want to get something, I get a loan. I buy the hell out of it. And then if it dumps after that, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. See, that's the thing. It doesn't matter. You got to have some cojones, but you've got to know what you want and then just go for it. And there's going to be ups and downs, and that's just how it goes. So what? Don't quit being a bitch about shit, being all scared all the time and shit. Either shit or get off the pot, right? That's just how we're going to do this thing. Classic words. That's classic financial advice from Crypto Hulk. Shit or get off the pot. Okay, there's other people waiting. We don't need you there keeping it warm. Crypto Hulk, we can move on now. Without the toilet training. Okay. If you quit distracting me. Now, what would be a very short-term effect of all this is there's strong signaling, because now you got Fidelity, Franklin Templeton, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Vanguard, State Street, Santander, Deutsche Bank. Are you seeing this? Now they're all going to want to get in on this. BlackRock, flip the green light on. Now the other banks are like, oh shit. See, once BlackRock does it, it's like a lion. The pride of the lion, right? All the lions live in a little group, but you got one lion that's like king of the hill, and nobody does anything until the main lion does it. Because if you step out of line and try to go with the lion's little girlfriend or something, oh, you're going to get eaten alive. So the other banks just kind of, come on, BlackRock. Come on, get it done. Okay, BlackRock's doing it. Green light. Let's all go in. This is what's going to happen, everybody. Do you notice? They're not waiting for crypto laws right now. They're pushing it. Do you see this? They're pushing this. They're not waiting to figure out what is a crypto? What is this? No, they're just like, let's just do it. They're jumping off the cliff and growing wings on the way down, right? Do we have crypto laws? No. Do we have the Clarities Act passed? No. What do we got? Really nothing. We got Congress can't even tell you what a stablecoin is, or if it is, they can't even decide. They can't. See, this is where we're at. What's BlackRock doing? Not giving any care at all. They're just going to do it. And they're going to do this, and then the laws will copycat what BlackRock does. Because BlackRock's tired of waiting. I'm tired of waiting. You're tired of waiting. So what happens in short term, according to Grok here, is these other banks are going to jump in. It's a strong signaling effect. It's a strong signaling effect. Expect faster moves from other big players. Grok is telling us what is going to happen. Sorry, Zoltar. He's not even awake. He's so coked out over there. We were snorting lines before the show. Oh, my name's Crypto Hawk. I'm not a financial advisor. Whoo-wee. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a crypto advisor at all. I don't know anything. Okay, I'm warning you. For 5.5 years, all I do is snort cocaine, heroin, PCP, all kinds of drugs, man. It's just crazy over here. I've not slept for 5 years. Don't buy anything I tell you to buy. Don't sell anything I tell you to sell. I've given you so many drug warnings for about 5.5 years on this program. That's my legal advisor. All right. Long-term ramifications. Here's what Grok says is going to happen in long-term. Major acceleration of real-world assets. This is in the next 2 to 10 years, okay? 2 years from now, you're going to have major acceleration of real-world asset tokenization. You should have around $10 to $30 trillion at least in tokenized assets. Institutions will be earning treasury yield. They will use the tokens in DeFi lending and collateral. See, this is why Ripple has the G Treasury, everybody. Ripple is being set up to have a solution, so all the institutions are going to go by what Ripple has, which is the United States government's plan. You notice how Ripple bought prime brokerage and all these things? Why the fuck do you think they're doing all that? Because they're going to have the solution that everybody wants. And the whole world's going to run on that, okay? It's a plan to integrate everything so that everything works good. Everybody's got the same system. You can't have different systems anymore. Those days are over. Everybody will have the same system. That's why they're having treasuries. Why this one company says we're going to have $5 million in XRP in our treasury because they're going to use that for yield. That money can be earning interest. They're going to start giving loans like banks and shit, That's where this goes. You won't just have your money like my $500 friend, his wife's parents got $500,000 in a bank account just doing nothing all these years except going down, down, down in value with inflation. This whole crypto thing, this is where it's at. These ThorImmune, company called ThorImmune, is a biotech company. And we just read the other day, they spent $545 million so they could be a super validator on the Canton network. Why do you think that is? Like a biotech company, how all of a sudden they switching over into crypto? Because you're going to see that. That's happening more and more. Vivo Power, that's a stock that some of you chose to buy. Vivo Power, VIVO, and then Power. They're like a crane or some kind of construction type electronic car company or something like that, that's now switching over to having one of the biggest XRP treasuries in the world. That's what I'm showing. These companies are pivoting because they're seeing crypto is going to be massive. Why are you scared right now about crypto or prices or whatever when clearly BlackRock's not afraid, Vivo Power's not afraid? We've got ThorImmune, who spends $500 million on the crypto. They're not afraid. Why are you afraid? Well, if you're a Crypto Hulk channel watcher, you're not afraid at all. That's a rhetorical question to my loyal fans. That's an actual question for people that don't watch my program. Because the people who watch this show, they're not afraid at all. I'm showing them real facts every day on how all this stuff's going down. I'm showing them how the architecture is being built for DeFi. We're seeing the very first biggest institutional player in the world just got into crypto, DeFi they call it, yield farming, staking, loaning, whatever you want, all that stuff to make money. BlackRock just set it off on the 11th. And guess what? All the other ones are going to be coming in. You'll see over the next 1 to 2 months, boom, another one, boom, another one, boom, another big giant bank comes in, DeFi. Bam, Wells Fargo. Bam, Bank of America. I'm not concerned about where the future of crypto goes. I know we end up rich. If you're concerned, call Crypto Hulk up and we'll figure something out. I'll see y'all in the next one.